district attorneys asking for a psych evaluation for the younger of two Broken Arrow brothers accused of killing his family.
Michael Hernandez was 14 years old when he lured a classmate into the bathroom and stabbed him to death 40 times.
A kid stabs someone 55 times and films it. Why? These young killers record their murders, leaving chilling proof. CCTV and their own cameras catch every brutal second. This video uncovers the youngest serial killers who tape their crimes, digging into their twisted minds and the chaos they caused. Warning, it's graphic. Stick around as the last one is a gut punch you won't see coming. Nikolas Cruz. In 2018, Parkland, Florida faced a nightmare. Nikolas Cruz, a 19-year-old with a troubled past, walked into Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School on February 14th. Born in 1998, adopted and expelled from school, Cruz's life was a mess of fights and racist online rants. He legally bought an AR-15 rifle, planning a massacre. Days before, he recorded a video, voice cold, saying, "Hello, my name is Nick, and I'm going to be the next school shooter of 2018.
My name is Nick, and I'm going to be the next school shooter of 2018.
My goal is at least 20 people." At 2:21 p.m., he entered the school, pulled the fire alarm, and opened fire. Screams echoed as he shot 34 people, killing 14 students, and 3 Steve. Security cameras caught his every move, showing him stalking hallways, rifle in hand. Students hid under desks. One later said, "We knew it'd be him." Cruz blended into fleeing crowds, escaping to a nearby Walmart before police nabbed him in Coral Springs at 3:40 p.m. In court, he admitted he shot because he felt no one loved him. Over 1,911 calls flooded in, capturing the panic. His trial in 2022 showed the chilling video he made, played for jurors. Sentenced to life without parole, Cruz sits in a Florida prison, his name tied to one of America's deadliest school shootings. Parkland's scars remain, with 17 memorials standing outside the school. How does an 8-year-old become a killer 3 times over? The next story will haunt you. Amarjeet Sada. In 2007, a village in Bihar, India, froze in horror. An 8-year-old boy, Amarjeet Sada, stood accused of killing 3 babies. Born in 1998 to a poor laborer family in Mushahar, he was a quiet kid who roamed alone, climbing trees. But darkness lurked. In 2006, his aunt left her 6-month-old daughter with Amarjeet's family. Left alone, he pinched and slapped the baby, then strangled her, burying the body under grass. His parents hushed it up, blaming a fake story. Months later, with his parents asleep, Amarjeet choked his 8-month-old sister to death. Again, his family hid the crime, calling it a family matter. The final act came in 2007. Chunchun Devi left her 6-month-old daughter, Khushbu, sleeping at a local school. Amarjeet took her, strangled her, hit her with a brick, and buried her in a field. Villagers caught him, and he confessed with a chilling smile, even asking police for biscuits during questioning. A psychologist called him a sadist, finding joy in pain, diagnosing conduct disorder. Indian law spared him prison due to his age, sending him to a juvenile home in Munger until he turned 18 in 2016. Released with a new identity, his whereabouts are unknown, leaving a nation haunted. What kind of teen brothers will go on a stabbing spree on their own family? The next case will make your blood run cold. Robert Bever. On July 26, 2015, a 911 call from a quiet Broken Arrow, Oklahoma home shattered the night. Robert Bever, 18, and his 16-year-old brother Michael unleashed a bloodbath at 709 Magnolia Court. Born in 1997, Robert grew up in a strict homeschooled family of 9, rarely seen by neighbors. Obsessed with serial killers like those at Columbine, he worked at a call center to buy knives and body armor. That night, armed with knives and a hatchet, the brothers attacked. They stabbed their parents, David, 52, and April, 44, with April suffering 48 wounds, David, 28. Their siblings, Daniel, 12, Christopher, 7, and Victoria, 5, died from multiple stabs. Daniel with 9, Christopher 6, Victoria 18. Their sister Crystal, 13, survived 40 stab wounds, identifying her brothers to police. A 2-year-old sister, Autumn, was unharmed. Police found wireless cameras in the home, suggesting the brothers planned to record the carnage for a video, one for police, another for YouTube fame. Robert confessed they wanted to kill 50 people across states, aiming for infamy. A K-9 unit tracked them in nearby woods by 12:30 a.m. In 2016, Robert pleaded guilty to 5 murder counts and 1 assault, getting life without parole. In 2019, he attacked prison staff, adding 3 life sentences. The house, a biohazard, burned down in 2017. Reflection Park now stands there. What drives a teen to film his teacher's brutal murder? The next case will chill you to the core. Philip Chism. On October 22, 2013, Danvers High School in Massachusetts turned into a crime scene. Philip Chism, a 14-year-old freshman born January 21, 1999, followed his math teacher, Colleen Ritzer, into a second-floor girls' bathroom. Ritzer, 24, a beloved teacher known for her warm smile, had asked Chism to stay after class to discuss his slipping grades. A student saw Chism get upset when Ritzer mentioned Tennessee, his old home state, after a tough divorce. At 2:54 p.m., security cameras caught Ritzer entering the bathroom. Chism, wearing gloves and a hooded sweatshirt, slipped in a minute later with a box cutter. He strangled her, stabbed her neck 16 times, and raped her. Afterward, he dragged her body into a recycling bin to the woods behind the school, where he assaulted her again with a tree branch and left a note. "I hate you all." Cameras showed him rolling the bin out at 3:07 p.m. with bloodstains on his pants. Chism stole Ritzer's credit cards and iPhone, using them to buy a movie ticket at Hollywood Hits Theater. Police tracked his phone, arresting him at 12:30 a.m. in Topsfield with a bloody box cutter. He admitted to the killing, saying a trigger word set him off. Tried as an adult, Chism was convicted in 2015 of first-degree murder, aggravated rape, and robbery. On February 26, 2016, he got life with parole eligibility after 40 years, meaning no release until age 54. Ritzer's family called him pure evil. In 2014, while in custody, Chism attacked a youth services worker, earning 17 more years, serving concurrently. How does a 15-year-old become obsessed with becoming a serial killer? The next case will leave you stunned. James Fairweather. On March 29, 2014, a jogger in Castle Park, Colchester, England, found a man soaked in blood gurgling on the grass. James Atfield, 33, a father of 5 with brain damage from a past car crash, had been stabbed 102 times. James Fairweather, just 15, born August 5, 1998, was the killer. A bullied teen at Colchester Academy, struggling with undiagnosed dyslexia, he sank into violent video games like Call of Duty and horror films after his grandmother's death in 20. Fairweather idolized serial killers like Ted Bundy and Peter Sutcliffe, keeping a photo of the Yorkshire Ripper on his phone. On June 17, 2014, he struck again, ambushing Nahid Al-Manea, a 31-year-old Saudi student on Salary Brook Trail. He knocked off her sunglasses and stabbed her eyes and abdomen with a bayonet, killing her as she walked to the University of Essex. CCTV footage caught his movements near both crime scenes, helping police trace him. On May 27, 2015, a dog walker spotted Fairweather lurking in bushes near the trail, wearing latex gloves and holding a lock knife, hunting a third victim. He told police, "I was going to get my third, but no one was about." He confessed to both murders, claiming voices urged him to make a sacrifice, but psychiatrist Dr. Philip Joseph called these lies to dodge murder charges. On April 29, 2016, Guilford Crown Court sentenced him to life, with a 27-year minimum for 2 murders, noting his sadistic obsession with serial killers. What pushes a teen to stab a friend in a school bathroom? The next case will make your stomach turn. If you're hooked by these chilling stories, hit that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts. Don't miss the last 5 of this countdown, as they're more jaw-dropping cases. Michael Hernandez. On February 3, 2004, Southwood Middle School in Miami, Florida became a house of horrors. Michael Hernandez, a 14-year-old born in 1988, lured his best friend, Amy Goff, also 14, into a bathroom stall before first period. A straight-A student with a clean record, Hernandez hid a dark obsession with serial killers like Ted Bundy, filling a journal with violent sketches and plans to kill for fame. That morning, he carried a 4-inch knife bought at a flea market in his backpack. At 8:15 a.m., school cameras caught him entering the bathroom after Jamie. Hernandez locked the stall, slit Jamie's throat, and stabbed him 40 times in the chest and stomach, blood pooling on the tile floor. A student saw the attack but fled in fear. Hernandez cleaned the knife in a sink, changed his shirt, and joined the first period like nothing happened. By 9 a.m., a janitor found Amy's body, sparking panic. Police reviewed footage, spotting Hernandez's calm exit, and arrested him by noon with Amy's blood on his shoes. He confessed, saying he wanted to know what killing felt like, inspired by horror films like Scream. His journal, recovered from his locker, detailed plans to murder Amy and another friend to become a professional hitman. In 2008, tried as an adult, he was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life without parole. In 2021, at age 31, Hernandez died in prison from a heart condition, weighing 285 pounds. Jamie's parents still mourn outside the school annually. What makes a teen gun down his classmates in cold blood? The next story will leave you reeling. TJ Lane. On February 27, 2012, Chardon High School in Ohio turned into a war zone. Thomas TJ Lane, a 17-year-old born September 19, 1994, walked into the cafeteria at 7:30 a.m. Raised in a chaotic home with a father jailed for assault, Lane struggled with bullying and fights at school. That morning, he carried a .22 caliber Ruger pistol and a knife in his backpack. Without warning, he stood up, aimed at a table of students, and fired 10 shots. 3 boys, Daniel Palmer Torr, Demetrius Hewlin, and Russell King Jr., all 16, died from head wounds. 3 others were injured, 1 paralyzed for life. Security cameras captured Lane's cold precision, students diving under tables as screams filled the air. A teacher chased him out, and Lane fled to a nearby woods where police arrested him by 8:30 a.m. In court, he admitted targeting kids who annoyed him, showing no remorse. On March 19, 2013, Lane wore a white t-shirt scrawled with "Killer" in marker, smirking at victims' families. He flipped them off and cursed, saying, "The hand that pulled the trigger that killed your sons now masturbates to the memory." Sentenced to 3 life terms without parole, he shocked the courtroom. Lane's escape attempt in 2014 failed, adding years to his sentence. Chardon's community, with 5,100 residents, built a memorial park for the victims, but the pain lingers. What drives a teen girl to kill her young neighbor? The next case will shock you to your core. Alyssa Bustamante. On October 21, 2009, a quiet street in St. Martins, Missouri hid a gruesome secret. Alyssa Bustamante, a 15-year-old born January 28, 1994, lured her 9-year-old neighbor Elizabeth Olton into the woods behind their homes. Raised by grandparents after her parents' drug-fueled absence, Alyssa battled depression and self-harm, hiding dark thoughts in a journal. That evening, she asked Elizabeth to play, leading her to a pre-dug grave. Alyssa strangled her, slit her throat, and stabbed her chest 7 times, later writing, "I just fucking killed someone. I strangled them and slit their throat and stabbed them. Now they're dead." It was amazing. She buried Elizabeth in a shallow grave covered with leaves and went home to watch TV. Elizabeth's mother reported her missing by 7 p.m., sparking a 200-person search. Alyssa joined the search, acting innocent. 2 days later, on October 23rd, police found her journal at Cole Camp High School detailing the thrill of killing. A search of her backyard uncovered Elizabeth's body, and Alyssa confessed, saying she wanted to know what it felt like. Security cameras from a nearby store showed her buying a shovel days before. In 2012, she pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and armed criminal action at Jefferson City Court. Sentenced to life with parole eligibility after 30 years, she could be free by 2042 at age 48. Elizabeth's family visits her grave yearly, leaving teddy bears. What kind of teen plans a school massacre and films it? The next story will leave you speechless. Eric Harris. On April 20th, 1999, Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado became a battlefield. Eric Harris, 18, born April 9, 1981, led a massacre with his friend Dylan Klebold. Growing up in a military family, Harris moved often, landing in Colorado by 1993. Bullied at school, he battled anger and posted violent threats online. By 1998, he and Klebold planned a school attack inspired by Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh. They made 30 pipe bombs and bought 2 shotguns and a rifle. Months before, they recorded basement tapes, videos showing them practicing with guns and ranting about killing jocks for revenge. At 11:19 a.m., they stormed the school, tossing bombs and shooting. Security cameras caught them in trench coats, firing in the cafeteria and library, killing 12 students and 1 teacher, wounding 24. The attack lasted 49 minutes, with 188 shots fired. Harris laughed as victims begged for mercy. By 12:08 p.m., both died by suicide in the library. Police found 76 bombs around the school, 13 unexploded. The tapes, never fully released, were shown to victims' families, revealing Harris's cold plan for natural selection. His journal, found later, had 900 pages of hate-filled rants. The massacre sparked 1,200 news stories in a month, fueling debates on gun control and bullying. Columbine's library was rebuilt, but the school's name remains tied to tragedy. What makes a 13-year-old kill a toddler in cold blood? The last case will grip you. Eric Smith. On August 2, 1993, the small village of Savona, New York, lost its innocence. Eric Smith, a 13-year-old born January 22, 1980, rode his bike near a summer camp in a local park. Derek Roby, a 4-year-old weighing just 40 pounds, was walking alone to that same camp, a half-block from home. Smith, a red-haired kid bullied for his glasses and short stature, saw Derek and offered to show him a shortcut. Instead, he led the boy into a wooded area off Savona's Main Street. There, Smith strangled Derek until he passed out, smashed his head with a 26-pound rock, and sodomized him with a stick. He poured Kool-Aid from Derek's lunchbox into the open wounds, later saying he wanted to hurt someone after years of torment. By 11 a.m., Derek's mother, Doreen, arrived to pick him up, but he never reached camp. A 4-hour search ended when police found Derek's body 200 yards from home. On August 8th, Smith confessed to his mother, Tammy, saying, "I'm sorry, Mom. I killed that little boy." His family turned him in that night. Investigator John Hibsch noted Smith enjoyed talking about the murder, showing no remorse. Tried as an adult in Steuben County Court, Smith faced a jury in August 1994. His defense claimed a rage disorder from bullying and his mother's anti-seizure medication during pregnancy, but the jury rejected it. On November 7, 1994, Smith was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 9 years to life, the maximum for a juvenile in New York. He served 27 years, starting at Brookwood Secure Center, then moving to adult prisons like Clinton and Gowanda. Denied parole 10 times from 2002 to 2020, he told boards his anger wasn't at Derek but at bullies, saying, "I'd switch places with him if I could." Released on February 1, 2022, after his 11th parole hearing, Smith, now 45, lives in Queens, engaged to a lawyer he met in 2019. A 1994 CBS interview showed him apologizing, but Derek's parents, Dale and Doreen, opposed his release, pushing for stricter parole laws. Savona, with 800 residents, erected a statue for Derek, funded nationwide, reading, "Dedicated to be a gentle reminder of what childhood is meant to be." We've reached the end of this video. If you found it gripping, like and subscribe for more true crime stories. Share your thoughts in the comments below and stay safe.